How's it going, people? Today is Friday, January 10. It's actually a nice day today. Not too cold, probably about -6 right now. Day before yesterday, I was hit with -20. Not fun. So, I'll show you around. So, I've been using the classic Mercedes sleep-in. I've just let it idle all night. Not nice, but it is a bit, wasting a bit of fuel unnecessarily. So I'm going to try to get a buddy heater as soon as I can. But it was pretty much the only realistic option I had, because the diesel heater was making too much smoke, and it still uses electricity, so I still had to leave the Mercedes on to use it. Propane couldn't handle, was just too weak because I have no insulation on the container. But we'll try to figure that out. I haven't yet tested the supercapacitors. Finally got the truck moved. There was an empty tire, flat tire on that side, and it was out of the bead, but fortunately I just jacked the truck up and I got it unstuck. I was able to fill her up. Stuck in some ice at the moment. But that's the smallest of my problem right now, because I fucking have an air leak here on one of these pipes. And that's a big deal, because I wasn't sure I was going to make it here, because my my air pressure was leaking a lot. And what happens with the trucks is, it's not like a car. In a truck, you lose air, it breaks, then you can't move. You gotta fiddle things around. But anyways, so I got that hose that needs to be replaced. This morning as I was driving, the strap or the air tank just came off, so I did the classic solution. Funny that I just bought this. I looked at this, bought it for $12 at a pawn shop, and I looked at it. I says, well, I don't really need it right now, but I know I'm gonna need it. And sure enough, I used it to strap my air tank in. This pipe is actually bad as well. It's got cracked. I mean, these are probably the original pipes still, but I'm gonna get rid of these plastic pipes and use the high pressure lines. So I'm not even, and then I got to get the truck unstuck from here, which I think won't be too hard. I'm just gonna throw some chains and strap it on the tree, or I'll probably stop and make some chains to put around the tires, because I'm going to need it anyways. So finally I had another weird problem. The generator, which is vital to my survival here, wasn't running right, and I couldn't figure out what it was until I noticed that it's still dripping gas like hell. So maybe there's no gas left to drip, as you can see. But what was happening is the vibration was causing it, was closing the valve itself, and then it would turn the generator off, starve the generator of fuel, which is something pretty wild. You'd never think of something like that, right? My mission today was to empty the back of the truck out and got rid of all the scrap steel. Got $100 for it. Now I just gotta dump out the rest of this crap. And next big mission, unload this compressor. It's heavy and it's bulky. And that big drum bin, as well as the stove, very heavy. Not gonna be fun. I chopped some wood and got my living quarters organized a little bit. Don't mind the mess. Pretty apocalyptic. So this is what my setup looks like. Stockpile a lot of firewood. This looks like one of those end of the world bunkers here. So I was sleeping here. I slept one night inside here, and I had the 2 propane tanks on, and it was still really cold. It was minus 20 that night, but another problem that I was having, which seems to I seem to have gotten rid of most of it, was condensation. The roof, the ceiling here, as you can see there, was full of water or ice and condensation. And once I got the heat going, then it was just dripping everywhere. So I did use this big diesel heater, and the problem with this is that you need electricity, you need power. So I'd either have to let the generator running all night long, or the car running out all night long, and then just have the inverter on the car. It uses up about 200 watts, so you think you could use batteries, but it'll drain the batteries pretty quickly. So that's not really a viable solution. It doesn't use up a lot of diesel, but as you can see, I've got no insulation, so cost of operation. But the problem is, it was just smoking too much smoke. And then there's 1 or 2 times for some reason that it didn't catch fire. It just sprayed that diesel smoke everywhere in here. So not really happy with that. So I guess that's a quick summary of my situation here. My next objective is, once I get the truck fixed, those are minor problems that are big problems. They're easy to fix, but I'm far away, so I gotta... There's nowhere here where I can get pipes and plumbing things and parts for trucks like that. So the nearest town is about 40 minutes away from here. So that's probably where I'm headed now. And once all that's done, I can start graveling.